Hi, David. I'm on a spooky road here I've never been on before. And there's something big in the woods up there. Running around. It's a really spooky road. Check this out. Dead car. Anyway, sorry it's been a while. You know how sometimes it gets. I'm sure that your life is the same way. You know, you get behind, and it's always the correspondent that seems to suffer the most. You know, all the other stuff. Work and families and, you know, friends and connections like that. It's a shame. So, glad to hear things are going well. Sounds like you've been very busy with your music, concerts, lots of performances. Boy, some of those performances are just amazing. Of course, the music is phenomenal, but spider. Hold the stick in front of me to catch the spider webs before I get there. Look at this abandoned structure. Of course, the music is phenomenal, but some of the videography as well. It must be incredible to have, the resources of professional camera people and recorders to capture those events like that. How things going with that one thing? Hope, I know you said it's moving along. Likewise for me. You know, my job, I did that job interview, as you know, and I think it went really well. The person wants to hire me. It now goes to another level of interview with 3 people, higher ups. And that's going to come up in the dark woods here. That's going to come up a little later, maybe in a month. I may have to fly back to the States again for that. We'll see. And if I get the offer, a month later, I could be starting a new life in the States. I'll go over first and get things set up. My wife and daughter join me a year later or so. We'll see what happens. Not sure just what the timeline will be, but I'll definitely have to get things set up first. Another abandoned place. This is a spooky road. Too dark a door there. I don't want to go in there. Not in Hornet season. Hornets are really bad. Ooh, just at my face. Some bags right there. Hornets are really bad right now. They're I'm sure you've seen the news. They're attacking people in China. Here too. I mean, this is definitely the worst hornet season I've ever seen in all the years of hiking out here. So, what else is going on? Well, I'm taking my YouTube sabbatical. That's going so-so. Yesterday was my 1-year anniversary of my first year with Maker Studio, and I was thinking about leaving, but I decided to stick with it for another year. I mean, the advice they've given so far, all the stuff that I've done, that they've given, I think it's some positive stuff. You know, the new look on the channels, the consolidation of playlists, the branding, stuff like that. All their ideas. If it hadn't been for them, it'd still be a tangled mess. You know, people like Ben, the guy I work with, he told me, so when I first looked at my channels, he says, people come to your channel, and unless they know you already, they have no idea what the heck you're doing. You got to make it so that new visitors can figure out what you're up to. I was right about that, and it seems to be paying off. Oh, that link about the what was it? How did you describe it? Who was that? Stephen Hawking? Is that who it was? I like that. Yeah, and by the way, that's pretty much in alignment with the way I see things. It's getting dark up here. That's pretty much in alignment with how I see things. As I like to say. Nobody likes it when I say this. I probably shouldn't say it. I wonder if I'm being provocative, deliberately provocative when I say this. Probably a part of me is, I guess in all honesty, there's a bit of me that is a bit of wants to fight with this. don't necessarily like that part of myself, though. But when I say I describe us as soulless bags of chemicals. I know I'm being provocative when I say that. I could probably word that better, but it's really accurately, basically what I mean. You know, I don't believe we have any souls. I believe that it's just what is our life is the electricity within the circuitry of our brains and nervous system that develops in the course of our living, and that once we die, that shuts off and there is no more. Just that seems so clear to me. I don't see God in anything. Look around at all this beauty. I mean, I spend so much time in nature, and it's devoid. What's that sound? The wind in the trees, maybe. The cistern. The water or something. This all just looks like. This all looks like life, or not life. Well, molecules, atoms, arranged and structured, following the course of physical laws, structures and patterns and reactions, and winding their way to higher states of disorder, cooling off, slowing down, with no one to check or regulate the system. So, it's nice to come into the clear. Oh, you can see Mount Fuji. See it through the trees? Right there. Can you see that? Let's see if I can clarify that. Come on, show Mount Fuji. Mount Fuji's right there in the crack there. Maybe you can see it. Oh, yeah, that's it right there. There it is. That's it. That's the tip. It was a little off. Right there. See that? Tip of Mount Fuji. Top of Mount Fuji. Ooh, a farm. Banana farm up there. What's up there? Oh, Kusa. Never been on this road. So I think that for me, it needs a stick. That's an okay situation. Comfortable with nothing. It's all right to be just a soulless bag of chemicals. There's some stuff in there, some extreme stuff that I don't talk about very much. Ooh, another abandoned farm road. The consequences of that, the ethical consequences of that. Wow, look at Fuji. Can you see it? See Mount Fuji there? Just see the black tip of it right there? The ethical consequences, all pretty extreme, right? As if we are simply soulless bags of chemicals. And does it really matter if we murder children? Rob and steal or rape, pillage, lie? The honest answer for me, abandoned farms, the honest answer for me is it doesn't really matter. Such things are irrelevant. There we go. And something back there. Irrelevant to the universe at large. There is nothing that really cares about what I do. In the big picture, consequences are insignificant. Whether I strive to live a saintly life or a diabolical one. But, so then you may wonder, how do I console myself? How do I console myself or find joy or any reason to go on or any motivation to be good? Well, it's because though the universe may be indifferent to any ethics, to ethics at all, the whole concept, it's indifferent to us. Doesn't mean we have to be that way. We can form ethics and values and prescribe standards and codes of behavior for ourselves and our families. We can work together as communities to do the same, to allow us to basically form meaning out of nothing. I think we can. I think we do. I think we actually do. We do form meaning itself. Value itself comes effectively from nothing. It's like a thought that. Wow, look at that! There's an abandoned structure back there. I wouldn't dare go back there though. In this time of the year, it's dangerous back there with the Hornets everywhere. But we can create it. Now, does that mean that it's, moral relativism? Is that true? I guess so. The moral landscape? I guess so. That's true too. There's certain types of morals that may be more valuable, more conducive to human well-being than others. So there, I think that's where the battle, not the battle, but the effort has to come down to examining the moral landscape and trying to reason with those who have differing ideas and try to come up with a reasonable solution. And that's a tricky one. I know it's easier if we could simply say that there was something on high, but even that may be even more irreconcilable than having a moral landscape developed of individual best thoughts and practices, because if there's no divine mandate behind that, then we can have some wiggle room for give and take. I think it's a better course. I think it's a more honest course. I think it's a more truthful course. Certainly, it's something that takes a certain perspective, I think, to be able to digest and swallow it. A lot of people can't do that. For me, it seems to be all right. So I'll continue with that. So yeah, the universe has nothing, but has no meaning. It's inherent meaning in itself. But the structure over there collapsed. But I think we can create a meaning out of the ether. The ether itself doesn't exist. But I think we can do it. I think we are doing it. Thanks anyway for your compelling and thought-provoking message as always, friend. Look forward to hearing from you soon. Take care.